Honda's Prelude is back. The 6th generation arrives in late 2025. I'm Tom Volk here with the preview so you know what to expect when it hits showrooms. Hi folks, welcome to my preview of the 2026 Honda Prelude. It's not a review since nobody's driven it yet. We can glean a few things since many of the components from Civic Type R are on the Prelude. That's a good sign. Honda says that this is a grand touring machine. It comes in one trim only and it's front-wheel drive. Also, it's a hybrid. It's very different from Civic Si or Type R, and if you're not familiar with Honda's hybrid system, it doesn't really have a transmission. Simply put, during most of the driving, power is generated by the engine and sent to the electric direct drive traction motor. At high cruising speeds, a clutch engages and the 4-cylinder drives the front wheels directly. Smart enthusiasts have figured out there's no manual for shifting. Linear shift control simulates gear shifts, and a new S+ shift mode takes it to, and these are Honda's words, another level, increasing driver engagement and fun to drive experience, unquote. I will assume that this is something like Hyundai's dynamics with Ioniq 5 and 6N. Can't wait to try it. There will be 4 drive modes: Comfort, GT, Sport, and Individual. No word on weight, but I can tell you that the 4-cylinder that runs the Atkinson cycle and the electric drive motor combine for 200 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. Prelude does get some high-performance chassis kit from Civic Type R, the first time it's been used with a hybrid powertrain. There's the dual-axis strut front suspension, 4-piston Brembo aluminum front calipers too, painted in Prelude blue. The two share a wide track. Higher performance summer tires are an option. Adaptive dampers are standard. I expect a little less edginess than Type R since Honda is positioning Prelude as a, again I quote, sporty but comfortable grand touring machine. No word on 4-wheel steering. Remember when Prelude debuted that? The cabin can be had in 2 colorways, black or blue and white. Prelude is the first Honda with asymmetrical bolstered seats, meaning the driver gets firmer padding and larger bolsters down low. The passenger chair is wider and more comfort-oriented. These are leather. There are some familiar Honda touches and switchgear in here. That only makes sense. But the dash panel is quite different from Civic and Accord. Prelude's unique instrument cluster is a 10.2-inch screen. Infotainment is handled by a 9-incher. There's wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Google built-in tech like Google Assistant, a phone charge pad too. Tunes are handled by an 8-speaker Bose Centerpoint system. Prelude is a useful hatchback now. Can't wait to do the TP trunk test on this one. Honda says this is a 2+2, a signal that the back seat will be for smaller kids. The press kit says that there's 32 inches of legroom in the rear, which isn't half bad, so I'm thinking the headroom is tight since the rake of the C-pillar is pretty steep. Speaking of, let's tackle design. The Prelude name brings back a lot of heritage, but the styling, not so much. It's not anchored in the past. The original model had some Mercedes SL cues to it. Most generations have had a notched backlight. That was more sedan-like, even though this has always been a coupe. Gen 6 here, that was designed in Japan, is much more swoopy. I'm seeing some Prius features up front, and as we all know, that's no longer a bad thing. It's pretty stylish. The roof is double bubble. In back, the German it seems to be inspired by these days is Porsche, mainly Taycan with a raked fly line and wide light bar. I'll wait to judge the looks until I see it in the flesh. Photos and video can be deceiving, but it certainly looks aerodynamic. The 5 paints are Winter Frost Pearl, Meteorite Gray Metallic, Crystal Black Pearl, Rally Red, and Boost Blue Pearl. Prelude is stuffed with active electronic ADAS safety tech. I'm not going to go into detail on that, but there's also the ACE body structure, which has proven to be very, very safe. Pricing? Well, there is no word on that yet, but I have to imagine this is going to be on the premium side, considering it only comes in one trim with adaptive suspension. That says a lot. But really good to see the Prelude name back. And think about it, it's been decades since Accord, Civic, and Prelude have shared the same showroom. The original three. The three amigos are back. And remember, there's also talk that Toyota's bringing back Celica. The 80s are back. Thanks for watching, folks. Remember that this is a preview and I'm using Honda's running footage. These are quite different than the reviews that I do where I shoot my own stuff. A lot of people like them. Check them out. And subscribe to the channel, click notifications, follow me on social media. I'm on all the major platforms. And if you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'm really good about getting back to people. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.